Where does a great school design begin? It begins with experts, the 6th through 8th graders who spend the majority of their time in school.
Well, when we met and decided to build our school, we decided that we could use role play. So we took on different roles in the community. One of us was an environmentalist, which was me, and we had an architect, the school student.
Some of us started brainstorming, some of us planned, and the others got on Google and printed out a picture of the lot.
We went around to all the teachers and we interviewed them like the nurse. We go, what would your ideal nursing space be? What would the best place be for somebody that is sick, somebody that is handicapped?
And we held a meeting and argued for and against points. And that's when I realized, it's extremely hard to please everybody. It's probably the hardest job an architect or someone building a school has.
A school of the future will behave differently from the old model. It will be cleaner, brighter, healthier, technologically smarter, an open resource for the community. The building itself will be part of the curriculum.
We designed our building so it teaches the students how, the benefits of green living and how that, it can make a difference.
In our school, we have 4 different biomes, which are just climate-controlled places. One is a Hawaiian beach, one is an ocean, one is a temperate rainforest, and one is a tropical rainforest. They're just hands-on places where the students can actually go if they're learning about it.
When the students look and see what their school is made of, the school itself is acting as a teacher. And that is a very, very important point that we wanted to make in this school.
The Council of Educational Facility Planners International and the National Association of Realtors co-sponsored CEFPI's annual School of the Future Design Competition. This program encourages high-level collaboration, imagination, and academic achievement for the students, and a dynamic public discussion about designing and building great schools.
EPA believes that it should be a high priority for all school districts to ensure that their schools are designed and constructed and then maintained with a healthy indoor environment. They may cost a little bit more in terms of the upfront costs, but with the reductions in energy usage, the materials conservation, fewer absenteeisms, and better productivity and performance on behalf of the schools, it really is better for their bottom line.
Building minds can't be separated from minding buildings. It takes both of them. They have to be integrated for real learning to occur. You can have a great teacher and willing students, but you need a learning environment that fosters their very best.
Designing a school is an opportunity to enhance learning, not only for the students participating in this competition, but also for the students attending these schools in the future.
What they learn in classrooms now, a lot of it is about passing a test. What they learn in programs like this is why they need to know. And they will remember the math, the science, the language arts, the communication skills that they learned from this project, because they're actually using it to solve a problem. And the problem is usually, how do I fix my school? How do I make it better?
In order to build a school of the future, you have to be creative. I'm better in math and black and white subjects than I am creative. So it was a challenge to come up with something outside of the box, but I think we have succeeded in that.
I love the math. I didn't like it. I loved it because when we first started on this project, I had no idea what kind of math they did and how to do it. And now I'm getting really good at math than I was before.
A school of the future ensures that there will be a future. It conserves the finite resources of a fragile planet.
Our school preserves the environment because we're using several technologies that are eco-friendly materials. We have geothermal heating and air conditioning, solar hot water heating. We're using solar panels on the roof. We're net metering with a wind turbine.
We also have a recycling center, and where students can contribute to the system of recycling by placing bottles, cans, and paper into 3 separate bins.
The chairs and tables are made out of recycled materials, so that also helps the environment because we're using things that otherwise would be thrown into landfills.
Using green design can save up to $100,000 a year, and that is enough money to hire 2 new teachers or buy 1,000 new textbooks.
An investment in a well-designed school saves energy and lowers operating costs.
We wanted our school to be energy smart in the sense that it would conserve energy and use energy in a way that didn't deplete as much of our non-renewable resources.
One of our main points to make our learning environment healthier was the use of daylighting, using the sun's light to light rooms. It's a simple solution that has really, really big results.
We are from Tucson, Arizona, and there we have a lot of heat and deserts, so we decided to use solar panels. So that way we can get most of the energy into the school.
Before working on this project, a lot of the things we did I didn't think about, like solar panels and turning off the lights before we left a room. Now it seems that I think about how it has such a big impact on our environment and how it could affect people in the future if we don't start doing something to help.
The school of the future is no isolated fortress of knowledge. It will actively engage the surrounding community.
We believe that a healthy school with healthy students is the foundation to a healthy community.
They can use the facilities in the classrooms for meetings and that kind of thing after school, and they can use the library for like checking out books for the community, and they could use the outdoor areas as well for like the YMCA or Little League.
Designing a school of the future opens up new vistas for students and new visions of what schools can be for educators, planners, architects, community stakeholders, everyone involved in building and using schools.
Kids get it. They understand that the learning environment is improved if they have good lighting and good heating and cooling. And it's only common sense that if you have adequate lighting, that students will be able to read better. If the ventilation is right, if the heating and cooling is right, they won't get as drowsy.
What begins with a concept will eventually become a real learning community, from the innovative use of its common spaces to the 7th graders watering the garden on the roof.
I didn't really think about it that much because I was always at home just watching TV. This actually got me out of my house, and I could learn about all the different issues going around and how you can actually help them change.
It was really fun to be in the club and get to make the model and use Google SketchUp. What I know for sure is I know how to do the math now, and I understand the words that most architects do.
I can actually visualize this program as an academy within a school, where students will have an opportunity to learn, use every intelligence and every skill they know. If we want them to know algebra, math, science, they have an opportunity to learn it as it applies to something that has meaning to them. And when you have that, you don't have to struggle for students to be engaged in a classroom. They are going to be.
I read a great quote at the zoo actually the other day. It was, "We have not inherited the earth from our parents, much less they are borrowing it from us. So we really are the future of our planet."